Charlotte Chancellor. When we organised our last lobby of Parliament, I bet you didn't expect this to happen. Because I didn't. I tell you, I was looking for a gentle ride into retirement to be an elder statesman of the left. Funny old world. Let me just say this. Some of you were at the last lobby, and I said then, but I'll say it again. I was an FE student. When I was on the shop floor up in Lancashire, I was on 3 shifts, and I went to Burnley Tech College to do my A-levels. And I missed every 3rd week because of my shift pattern, but the lecturers there made sure I got the notes and all the rest of it. In a year I did my A-levels and then went down to university to do a sandwich course. So I know the value of FE, to be honest. I know the value of it because it changed my life. I was on the shop floor and my job, I think some of you know this, I worked at a television, I worked at Sunlight Beds and then a television factory at Birdseye and all sorts of different jobs. But one of my jobs at the Mullar's Philips televisions was to hump 28-inch screens from one side of the room to another in my hands, put them on a machine and press 2 buttons to expose the rays onto the chemicals on the TVs. And officially, my job title, and it was dreadful putting it on the passport application, was exposer. You try travelling abroad with that one. And literally, that was my job. And I did 8 to 12-hour shifts for a number of years, and that was it. I walked from one plant to another and pressed buttons. And to be frank, I couldn't, at one stage, you get to the point where you're on the edge. And when you're on night shift in particular, you get to about 3 o'clock in the morning. All you can think of is, in those days, winning the pools. And you'd have a chat with your mate beside you about what you spend the money on and all the rest of it. And then I went to Burnley Tech College. I did A-levels in a year and then went on to university. And to be frank, it was like winning the pools. It was like winning the pools. It was an absolute transformation of my life because it opened up to me the world of education. In addition to that, it opened up the world of being free from physical labour, to be frank, into one of maybe just expanding with potential to maybe make some contribution back to society as well. That's what FE colleges did to me, and to be frank, a lot of my mates at work as well did similar sort of training, different types of training, did other things as well. Some of them went on to other courses, some of them just did other forms of technical courses as well that increased their skills. And that was one, for working class kids, that was one route through, particularly if you hadn't done particularly well at school or you got bored with it. It was another way of catching up. And what I resent about what this government is doing is it's destroying the opportunity of those life chances to thousands and millions of people right the way across our country. And I get angry about it, and unfortunately my language deteriorates. And someone's done a clip, Guido Fawkes, who's obviously a progressive left-winger, has done a clip of all, it starts off with Jeremy Corbyn saying kind of politics, and then after that it's got me effing and blinding for about 5 minutes. But it does make you angry. Because these people who introduce these policies, these Tories, first of all, have no understanding what FE does to people, have no understanding of that world. They live in a different world. But I also don't think they have any care about the damage that they're doing to people's opportunities and to a wider society. I think what they're after is basically, well, you'll see it, they've launched just this new consultation on higher education generally. And you can see what they're doing. As part of HE, they're doing what they want to plan also with regard to FE. It is around opening up to new providers, so privatisation of higher and further education in the future. You know what that will be. It will be like the American model where companies come in and then there's a high charging policy for courses, and large numbers of people, young people in particular, but others from other generations, will not be able to afford them. But it's also about sweating the assets, reducing wages, and making sure